This is your 420 Radio News for Tuesday, August 6, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. Michigan Medical Marijuana Panel to consider adding PTSD, autism, asthma, and insomnia to the law, from mlive.com. A reconstituted state panel on Tuesday is expected to consider petitions seeking to add autism, asthma, insomnia, and post-traumatic stress disorder to the list of debilitating conditions suitable for treatment under Michigan's medical marijuana law. The Michigan Medical Marijuana Act Review Panel, established under administrative rules in 2009, did not meet until 2012. Earlier this year, panel members voted to recommend adding Parkinson's disease and PTSD to a list of conditions that would allow an individual to qualify for a medical marijuana card, but the panel was disbanded in late April, and their recommendations denied, because the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs determined it had not appointed members in accordance with the administrative rules. The Michigan Medical Marijuana Act Review Panel is expected to consider petitions for additional ailments during a Tuesday afternoon meeting at the Michigan Library and Historical Center in Lansing. Uruguay's leftist president opened to referendum on regulating marijuana, from rawstory.com. Uruguay's President Jose Mujica said in an interview published Monday he is open to a referendum on a bill to have the government control and regulate marijuana sales and distribution. The bill was passed by the lower house of Uruguay's legislature last week and now awaits action by the Senate. Mujica's leftist government supports it, but opposition parties are against the idea, and a poll released last week said so are 63% of Uruguayans. After last week's vote, opposition lawmakers said that if the bill becomes law, they will push for a referendum to overturn it. Many Uruguayans are concerned the law will make foreign tourists think the small South American country is a great place to unwind with marijuana or something stronger. Political accusations and intrigue nag medical marijuana group in Florida, from MiamiHerald.com. Libertarian political consultant Roger Stone had a falling out with a Florida medical marijuana group and accused it Tuesday of acting like a front for Democrat Charlie Crist if he decides to run for governor next year. People United for Medical Marijuana, or PUFM's de facto manager, Ben Pallara, denied Stone's claims as untrue and disputed his interpretation of the proposed constitutional amendment as well. Stone's criticism comes at a rough time for PUFM, which is struggling to collect more than 683,000 valid voter petitions in just a few months in order to simply make the 2014 ballot. But Stone, an early backer of the effort, wrote that he noticed a change in PUFM after it was recently taken over by trial lawyer John Morgan, a major Democratic fundraiser who employs Crist in his legal office. Polls indicate Crist would be the toughest opponent for Republican Governor Rick Scott. One early poll by PUFM indicated medical marijuana could be a significant issue in the governor's race and could help a candidate who embraces it. Scott is opposed. In all, 2 PUFM surveys from different pollsters and one by an independent group found about 7 in 10 Florida voters would likely back the type of medical marijuana amendment proposed. It takes 60% voter approval to pass a Florida constitutional amendment. Hearings set to help set marijuana policies, from heraldnet.com. The first of 5 public hearings in Washington on regulating a new system for legally growing, distributing, and selling recreational marijuana is scheduled Tuesday in Everett. The hearing begins at 1 p.m. at the Everett Comcast Arena Conference Center. The new statewide system for legalizing marijuana is regulated by Washington's Liquor Control Board. The state agency is responsible for carrying out the legalization of the sale and possession of up to an ounce of marijuana for adults. The proposed regulations spell out the licensing of marijuana producers, processors, and retailers, and the taxing of marijuana. The first stores selling marijuana are expected to open next year. The biggest concerns involve the differences between the untaxed and essentially uncontrolled medical marijuana stores and the state's taxed and regulated system for growing and selling recreational marijuana. Having this dual system will put recreational marijuana growers and retailers at a price disadvantage. Groundwork laid, growers turn to hemp in Colorado, from the New York Times. Along the plains of eastern Colorado, on a patch of soil where his father once raised alfalfa, Ryan Laughlin is growing a leafy green challenge to the nation's drug laws. His fields are sown with hemp, a tame cousin of marijuana that was once grown openly in the United States, but is now outlawed as a controlled substance. Mr. Laughlin's 60-acre experiment is one of an estimated 24 small hemp plantings sprouting in Colorado. Colorado has set up an industrial hemp commission to write rules to register hemp farmers and charge them a fee to grow the crop commercially. This has been your 420 Radio News for Tuesday, August 6, 2013. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we go behind the headlines of a tragic story from Texas where a 2-year-old girl was killed by her foster parent after being taken away by Child Protective Services for her parents' marijuana use. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org. We'll be right back.
If you're an adult who enjoys a good beer,